Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Skylark, aka Boy Skylark, and today we are doing another speed paint. I just want to say that I checked my numbers from the last two tutorials, the color zoning and line art tutorial, and oh my god, thank you guys so much for the support on those videos. I truly appreciate it and I love what I do. So I hope that they were helpful tips and tutorials for you guys to improve what you already know, right? So let's talk about this piece. I don't have a lot of time, so let's make it really quick. This piece is called Beetle Besties because I was listening to the Beetlejuice musical soundtrack, and I typically try to keep up with musical news because I like musicals, and it just so happens that I myself am goth and I love musicals, and what is a better goth musical than Beetlejuice? There isn't one. Anyway, so I was listening to the soundtrack and I got to the song right before or the early part of Say My Name, and I was listening to it and I was like, wow, this is kind of funny. This is showing a whole new side of Beetlejuice that we really didn't see in the movies, or in the movie. There's only one right now. So I was like, let me actually listen to the lyrics of this. And when I tell you, I had the most gut-busting laugh when I heard Beetlejuice in the background go, "Best friends!" I promise you, it was wild. So I drew this up originally for one of the faculty members at the school that I teach at, because he likes musicals. He had a lot of posters for Wicked, and he is a Star Wars nerd, and I was like, same hat? Bet. Okay. So I made him this drawing, and I loved it so much because it was such a different style than my normal semi-realistic comic book style. This is more cartoony, like 2D animation style, which I think I'm going to lean into more because I do like it a lot, and it should allow me to, brush up my animation portfolio more than it already is. So that's the story of how this came to be. And the idea is that Beetlejuice is trying to make a best friend bracelet for Lydia. And if you are curious as to why Lydia is black, it's because there is a show running right now that stars a black Lydia Deetz. And she is my favorite. All-time favorite. Absolute all-time favorite. I love her so much. Her voice is gorgeous. Anyway, so the purpose of me digitizing this was that I intend to make prints of it, because I do know that there's a lot more people than just me that love this musical with all their heart. So I figure if I can at least provide that to some people, a nice piece of artwork for their wall or their office space, I might as well do it, right? So that is the purpose behind this. Do I plan on doing more Beetlejuice fan art? Yes, absolutely. I still want to draw the sandworm. I would like to draw a few of the other characters from the musical, and possibly a few of the characters from the movie that are not present in the musical. Now to talk about the piece while I still have some time. This piece was relatively quick in comparison to my other pieces because I really didn't do any shading or lighting or anything like that. I just did the bold chunky line art and the flat color with minimal detail. And something that I had picked up a few years ago was putting color on the knuckles and the nose area and the cheeks. I didn't do that in its entirety. I did it on Beetlejuice's face to show that he has like those patches of dead skin, death patches, I guess you could call it. I did that on his head and his fingers, and then I darkened Lydia's knuckles a bit, and I called it a day for that. Then I did the background in my typical fashion of doing the background, where I do some kind of stripes and then a pattern. I'm very simple when it comes to backgrounds. Anyway, the tools that I ended up using were a brush set from Friendin. If you ever notice in my painting videos that I use the Photoshop and the I think they're Micron digital brushes that he made, and they work fabulously. I use that for cartoony styles and tattoos. So I used those and the auto enclose. I don't know what it's called because it's labeled in Japanese, but it's like an autofill thing. I use that, and I use my flat color brush with pressure sensitivity. I use that to fill in the smaller cracks of the illustration, and I use the rectangle shape tool for the background. Here's a really cool thing that me and Sedated Smiles talk about a lot. Beetlejuice's hair changing color depending on his mood. I couldn't think of a good color that wasn't red for frustration, so I just did purple since he's nervous, trying to be best friends with Lydia. But that's about it. Yeah, this is the end of the illustration. So thank you guys for sticking around for this really quick speed paint this week. I hope to see you guys next week, where we'll talk about something else. If you have any questions or have any topics you'd like me to discuss, please leave them in the comment section below. And that's it for this week. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and I hope you learned something new from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.